Hi there, I'm Anna Charles and I'm a life coach. I help people get out of a spin with alcohol so they can decide on purpose what they're going to drink and then drink only that. Like many of my clients who feel they're very intelligent, very in control of their lives, I never felt like I had some huge problem with alcohol, and yet I couldn't quite get a hold of this drinking thing. I'd end up drinking 3 glasses of wine when I really only wanted one, and often felt as though I was drinking against my will. It was incredibly frustrating and annoying, though the idea of giving up alcohol for the rest of my life seemed, well, not only daunting but depressing and not even really necessary. But something had to change, and happily I found the answer, and I've achieved a complete take it or leave it attitude around alcohol. Hands down, this has transformed my life, and it's my joy to help others with this too. Now, one of the topics at the heart of the work I do is the importance of your thoughts. I regularly see clients who tell me they feel the way they do because of what is happening to them in the world and in their life. If only this one thing would happen, then everything would be all right, they tell me. If only my husband wouldn't drink around me, I'd be able to cut back. Or if only I could clear away all the temptation, I wouldn't feel such an urge to drink. They've outsourced their agency and decision making to others, and in today's short video, I'm going to show you why this isn't so, why you have ultimate control on how much you drink, on how you feel, and how you can access this for yourself. I'm going to be talking about your thoughts. Now, research has shown that we each have about 60,000 thoughts a day, and scarily, 80% of them are negative and 95% repetitive. Now just think about that for a moment. Each day we're filling our heads with not just the same old stuff as we thought the day before, but negative stuff at that. 48,000 thoughts. Now why does this matter? Because we're walking around believing these thoughts. Even the stuff that isn't true. Even the stuff that is just your opinion, or worse still, others' opinions. If you're walking around with 48,000 negative thoughts that you believe are true, that you believe are facts, well, it's no wonder so many of us feel paralyzed and stuck. This is critical because what you think determines how you feel, and how you feel fuels how you act, and your actions lead to your results. Now, if you're not happy with the results you've achieved in your life, you can change this right now, and it all starts with your thoughts. Now in this short video, I'm going to take you through a 5-step process to do this. And these are the exact steps I use with my clients that I still use on myself. I see it as a kind of refreshing detox for the mind. Now, the first step is to gain awareness of just what's going on in your head. So start each day by writing down what you're thinking. Just grab a pen and paper, or you could do it on your phone or laptop if you prefer. There's such a huge power in seeing your thoughts written down in front of you. You're going to be amazed actually at what's going on in your mind, often unbeknownst to you. It's a bit like when you want to clean out your handbag. You lift it up and tip it upside down and you get to see all the stuff that's hidden inside that you had long forgotten about. So write your thoughts down. Write them down in complete sentences. Use one line for each sentence. Don't edit or control your thinking, just get it down on paper. Fill as many rows as you can. Now, if you find this difficult at first, you might want to try asking yourself some questions as prompts. For instance, what are my goals and dreams? How do I define a flourishing life? How do I define my life at the moment? Or how do I feel about the day ahead? Okay, step 2. And now I want you to look at what you've written, and for each line, each thought, I want you to ask, is this an absolute fact or my opinion? And then circle all of those that are opinions. Please be accurate with this. A fact needs to be something that everyone can agree on, not just something that you believe or even that all your friends or your colleagues or family would believe. No, I get that a lot. No. It has to be something that anyone could believe. Something, in fact, that could be proven in a court of law. Now, the following are all examples of facts. I am married. He's my brother. My car is red. I drank 3 glasses of wine last night. But opinions are sneaky. They often come disguised as facts, especially ones you've been thinking and believing for a while. The following are examples of opinions. I'm happily married. Your red car is old. My brother is rich. I drank too much last night. Now this step is super critical because opinions contain judgment. What's the definition of a happy marriage? What makes a car old? How much money do you need to be considered rich? And when it comes to drinking, well, just how much is too much? It's going to differ per person. None of these statements I've just read out could be proven in a court of law. It all depends on your perspective. So watch out for this, especially when you're doing this when talking about yourself. We often say things like, I'm so lazy, or I can't drink too much, or I can't change, as though we're relaying the news, but we're not. They're just facts, they're not opinions. Step 3. Now I'm going to explain why separating the facts from opinions, which to be clear are non-facts, is so important. Because your thoughts determine how you feel and therefore act, remember. So let's do this now. Review the circled thoughts and for each one answer 2 questions. First, how do these circled opinions make me feel? And second, how might these self-created stories impact my life and the way I act? Because it is the added opinion about a thought that causes your emotion and reaction, not the fact. So for instance, if an original thought, which is an opinion, was, I drink way too much, rewrite that as a fact. It might be, I drink 3 glasses of wine a night. And now notice how the written opinion, I drink too much, feels loaded, while the provable fact version extinguishes all that emotion. Why? Because you can choose to think that 3 glasses of wine is a lot or not very much at all. In fact, to another person, 3 glasses of wine might be their dream goal, right? The opinion you choose to have, and it is a choice, about the 3 glasses is completely up to you. And these opinions create your story, a story you believe to be real through repetition. And you might not even be aware you're doing this. But this is critical, again, because what you think determines how you feel, and how you feel determines how you act. So to continue the above example, in addition to writing, I drink way too much, let's say you also wrote, my family drinks too much, I've always drank too much, it's impossible for us Johnsons to cut back our drinking, I feel so useless, it's just the way it is. Now with that type of story running riot in your mind, causing those helpless feelings, is it any wonder you've had no success completing the task of learning how to drink less? Now, if you've been thinking these same thoughts for years, your brain is going to be very accustomed to them. It'll process those thoughts very efficiently without requiring any input from you. This is why it's called unconscious thinking. It's a bit like when you get in your car and you drive home without really being aware how you got there. You might not even know the thoughts you've been thinking until you start focusing on them. Step 4. Now I want you to pick one thought, just take one at a time, that isn't serving you. And I want you to choose another to think intentionally in its place. The only criterion is that your revised thought must be something you can believe, you. You can't fake it. It's so important. This exercise isn't about reciting affirmations that you don't believe in a think positive thoughts, la 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 kind of way. You're training your brain to start believing new things. So make it real. Here's an example for you. Let's say the original thought was, I'm never going to give up overdrinking. Now it's probably too much of a stretch to go from feeling this out of control to imagining you're going to go out and drink nothing when you go out with your friends. There's so many people try to do this from one day to the next before they then start counting the days sober and then start going back to day 1. I mean, no wonder. Even without a physical addiction to alcohol, you just won't believe it's possible to go from drinking 3 glasses of wine a night to nothing, at least not in the long term. So instead, let's do the work to choose a thought that seems possible. Try something like, as a revised thought, there are times in the day when I don't think about drink. Or maybe it's possible I will decide to stop drinking one day. Now it's your turn. Pick a thought you wrote in step 2 and rewrite it in a way that generates a positive feeling of belief in you. When you have your revised thought, just the one, own it 100%, make it yours. I'm the one who decides whether I drink or not. I believe I can drink 1 glass of wine with ease. I believe I can commit to my goals. Right? Put your feeling behind it and think it intentionally. Write it down, speak it out loud, say it slowly. Get used to how it sounds, get used to how it feels. Breathe into it, come back to it several times a day. Practice and practice some more, because you get good at something you practice. It might seem strange or tricky at first, or you'll forget, but that's only because you're not used to directing your thoughts in such a disciplined manner. But as you begin to think and practice intentional thoughts, you'll start to feel and act differently. Commit to making this a new habit. Do it every day. Your future self will thank you for it. Now, doing this takes practice, time and patience, evaluating and doing over, picking yourself up and carrying on as you learn. So worth it. Giving yourself control over how you move forward will affect the rest of your life. Now, if this message has resonated and you want to learn more about working with a coach, let's get on a call. I know 100% that if this message resonated with you, I can for sure help you. So if that's you, message me. On this call, we're going to figure out all of the things that you've tried in the past, but that perhaps you're still trying now, and we're going to work out why they're not working. This is the most important thing you could ever possibly learn. Why something isn't working. Because once your brain understands it, it's never going to want you to do it again. But it's not just enough to know why something's not working. You're going to need to know what to do in the future. You need to know what to do instead. So over these 60 minutes, we're going to build up a plan for you, customized to you, to stop overdrinking and to hit your goals. In fact, I'm going to give you the entire foundation of what you actually need to do to drink less. And it's going to be super simple. It may not be easy, but I'm also going to tell you that it can be easy to stop overdrinking when you have support from me. And you're going to be able to experience that on the call, right at the consultation call level. So if you're interested in stopping overdrinking, and perhaps this has been something that's been kind of nagging at you, you don't feel great about how much you drink, and you don't feel great about the way it makes you feel and behave, and all the time you're thinking, I don't know how to cut back. Well, you deserve to have a better experience of life than that, for sure. And we can start changing things around in just that first hour. Listen, I know it can seem like, yeah, it sounds great, Anna. I'm going to stop drinking next summer. I'm going to stop over drinking after I go on holiday because, I want to drink whatever I want then, or, I don't have the time until then. But listen, what if you could get results immediately? What if you could stop over drinking so much this week? Just think about that. Now, the reason most people don't sign up with a coach is because they think it's going to take a long time and they're not going to get the results and it's going to be this whole process. And of course you don't look forward to that. That sounds awful. If you're going to need months and months and months to get results and you're going to have to work really, really hard. But what if it were actually possible that you would start feeling better, start drinking less and seeing results right away from just our one call, our consultation call? How excited would you be to sign up with me right now? So let's not wait. You really could start getting results this week. You really could start changing your drinking habits this week. Send me a message. Email me on anna@90dayslater.co and I'll get back to you with some times. We'll figure out some times when we could work together. It's super simple. We'll jump on the call and we'll just get started. And if you've enjoyed today's short video, please do share it with somebody out there who would find it valuable too. Thank you.